2023 Top 8 Easiest and Fastest Way to Immigrate to Canada. Hello everyone. Welcome to Captures in Canada channel. Your subscription, likes and shares are my greatest encouragement. There are dozens of ways to immigrate to Canada. Here I will only tell you the 8 easiest and fastest ways to immigrate to Canada in 2023. Due to Canada's vast land, rich resources, and sparse population, the government has opened up many immigration channels, hoping to increase the Canadian population, especially the labor force, to boost Canadian economy. The Canadian government plans to reach its goal of approving 465,000 permanent residents in 2023, 485,000 in 2024 and 500,000 in 2025. Meanwhile, Canadian government has provided many different opportunities for foreign skilled professionals, students, business investors, entrepreneurs, etc. to come to Canada. The easiest way to get Canada PR is highly dependent on the eligibility requirements met by the applicant. Moreover, it also depends on the priorities and goals you have set for yourself. Here, we take a snapshot only the top 8 easiest and fastest way to immigrate to Canada from a large variety. For smoother immigration proceedings, it is always advisable to seek professional assistance from a renowned and authorized immigration consultancy service. Below, I will explain the 8 easiest and fastest ways to immigrate to Canada one by one, and I hope you can choose one of the most suitable ways for you and your family. Number 1. Express Entry. Ever since the express entry system has been initiated in 2015, it has become an immensely popular immigration stream. Thanks to its easy migration processes, it is also the fastest way for skilled workers to migrate to Canada under 6 months only. Hence, it is considered as the easiest way to get permanent residency PR of Canada. Immigration under this category is undertaken through the point-based evaluation process, is done by using a comprehensive ranking system CRS tool. This tool helps calculate the score of the candidate based on the key factors like age, language competency, work experience, and education, etc. The eligible score is decided by the Immigration, Refugee, and Citizenship Canada. The applicants who meet the desired score are considered suitable enough to immigrate and obtain Canada PR visa. Accordingly, they are issued the ITA invitation to apply. Express Entry program is popularly known as the easiest way to immigrate to Canada. Recently, the Express Entry draw score was announced on February 1, 2023. The score was 490. Once the candidate obtains the score, they can easily start with the Canada PR visa process. There are 3 subcategories for immigration to Canada through the Express Entry program. 1. Federal Skilled Workers Program FSWP. Under the Federal Skilled Workers Program FSWP, candidates who secure a minimum point score of 67 out of 100 on their assessment grid are considered a fit to migrate. Language skills 28 points, education 25 points, work experience 15 points, age 12 points, arranged employment in Canada 10 points, adaptability 10 points. To Federal Skilled Trades Program FSTP. For the Federal Skilled Trades Program, it is mandatory to show a valid job offer from a Canadian employer. It should be for full-time employment for a minimum of 1 year. Along with this, the Certificate of Qualification in a trader's occupations is mandatory too. 3. Canadian Experience Class CEC. Canadian Experience Class CEC is an immigration model for applicants who have worked in Canada for at least 1 year. This model focuses on talented and skilled workers who are efficiently working in Canada and desire to make skilled candidates in the country. Applicants do not have to be employed at the time of application, but they must have had temporary resident status during the qualifying period of work experience acquired in Canada. An allowance for a reasonable period of vacation time will generally be made in calculating the period of qualifying work experience. Number 2. Provincial Nominee Program PNP. The Provincial Nominee Program is for those who were unable to meet the requirements of Express Entry. Canada PNP is the easiest way to immigrate here. Canada grants the right to its provinces to invite skilled people and nominate them for immigrating to the country based on the occupation in demand and labor market requirement in that province. Mainly, there are 2 ways of attaining provincial nomination. Either, the candidate can use the Canada Express Entry linked models, or they can directly apply to the province for selection. After getting selected, the candidate is eligible for 600 bonus points of provincial nomination in the express entry immigration model. The popular channels of immigration through the Provincial Nomination Program (PNP) are the following: Ontario Immigration Nominee Program (OIMP), Saskatchewan Immigration Nominee Program (SINP), Nova Scotia PNP, New Brunswick Provincial Nominee Program, Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program (AIMP), British Columbia Provincial Nominee Program (BPPN), Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program (MPNP), Prince Edward Island Provincial Nominee Program (PEEP). Number 3. Business Investor Program. If you have money, then through this pathway, it is very easy to get PR in Canada. This category is suitable for both business owners and business managers in foreign countries looking to set up a business in Canada. For this, you can either apply through Startup Visa or Provincial Business Immigration Programs. For easiest way to immigrate to Canada, there are some provincial nominee programs also offer investor categories, such as Ontario Immigration Nominee Program (OINT) Business Category Corporate Stream, Alberta Foreign Graduate Entrepreneur Stream, Manitoba Business Investor Stream. You can attain a startup visa, aimed at helping you open a business in Canada with a minimum capital venture of $50,000 to $200,000 for the investment coming from a designated Canadian capital fund. Business immigration must meet the 3 requirements. Requirement 1. Commitment from a designated entity. Requirement 2. Ability in English, in French or both. Requirement 3. Settlement funds. Number 4. Work permit with a job offer. If you are skilled and have received a job letter from a Canadian employer, then you can choose this category as a valid option for migration. The Canadian government is keen on making the employer hire the locals of the region. Thus, the onus of proving that you are required for the job position falls on the employer and you both. The employer should submit an application of the Labour Market Impact Assessment (LMIA) to the Employment and Social Development of Canada (SC) to support your case. Further, you should also prove that you will help the Canadian economy productively by providing proof of your education and work experience. The downside of the work permit is that it is allotted for employment in one profile and work under one employer, and in case the candidate wishes to change the employer or position of work, then the application needs to be approved by the authorities. Number 5. Study visa. Canada has a high-quality teaching system with an extensive curriculum and practical orientation for every discipline. For a study visa in Canada, the applicant should be accepted by a university for studies, and the process involves the submission of statement of purpose of your education, letter of recommendation, and essays about your interest in the course along with your certificates and degrees. After acceptance in the university based on your credentials, the process of applying for a student permit starts, for which the candidate can apply only on the Citizenship and Immigration Canada (CIC) website and attach the university's acceptance letter for records along with all the other visa array. Number 6. Visitor visa. Canada Opened International Experience Canada (IEC) for over 30 countries or regions. If you're 18 to 35, 18 to 30 in some countries, come work and travel in Canada through International Experience Canada (IEC). It's a government program designed to help you gain valuable international work experience, improve your language skills in English and French, work in Canada, and fund the trip of a lifetime. Current processing time is only 7 weeks after you submit all documents and give biometrics. Although it is not a permanent way to migrate, it is one of the easiest ways for a short period. The Canada Visitor Visa is of 2 types: single entry and multiple entry visa, and is allotted for a maximum period of 6 months. There are not many eligibility requirements for this category, just that the candidate should be in good health, should have a valid passport, and enough financial resources to pay for his and his family's expenses. The candidate can also apply online for a visitor's visa. Number 7. Atlantic Immigration Nominee Program (APE). The Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program (APE) is introduced to help employers to find the right person. It is an employer-driven pathway for skilled workers and international graduates. The provinces covered under the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program are Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland and Labrador. It is a popular program recently introduced in March 2017 and got extension, leading to a high success rate. There are three categories of the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program: Intermediate Skilled Worker, High Skilled Worker, and International Graduate Program. All these streams have different eligibility requirements, and they should be met adequately to be selected in this category. Most of the applications for APE are processed in 6 months. Since it is an employer-driven program, the aim is to help skilled workers migrate as soon as they can to Canada. The candidates have the right to shift to another province, after some time, from the area that had allowed him the APE status. Before shifting, it is smart to test the viability of work in the new province. The applicant will be immigrating too. Getting an LMIA is important for APE, but the complicated LMIAs, which are over CAD 10,000, are not required under the APE. Applicants are required to have an offer of a job that is offered by an Atlantic province employer nominated by APE, non-seasonal and full-time, implying a minimum of 30 hours every week, under skill level B, A, or O, having a duration of a minimum 1 year, offered through an accurate form of. The job offer made to the applicants need not necessarily be in the same occupation as that of the previous work experience, but the candidates are required to fulfill the job's employment requirements as specified in the NOC. Number 8. Quebec Selected Skilled Workers. The Canadian government strongly encourages French-speaking skilled workers to immigrate to Canada. If you speak French, it is very easy for you to obtain Canadian permanent residency. Applying to Quebec's immigration program is the easiest and fastest way for you. Quebec has a special agreement on immigration with the Government of Canada. The province has its own rules for choosing immigrants who will adapt well to living there. Now you know what is the top 8 easiest and fastest way to get permanent residency in Canada. You can take the help of a good immigration agent to help make the right choice. Migration is a legal process, and those who want to reject the hassle of rejection of the application should always settle for the best way along with the easiest. I hope my video will offer some help for you or your family members to immigrate to Canada successfully. Don't forget to subscribe, thumb up, and share my videos to encourage me to make more valuable videos for you. Thanks for watching.